Hello everyone and welcome back to the 7 Smushed Eggy channel. We're going to be continuing on with part 2 of my CD collection. This is definitely not going to be the final video because I just have a lot of CDs. But as I mentioned in the last video, I did get some new CDs. So before we go into the second row, I got another Evanescence related CD. This isn't actually music. This is a biography. It's like a shitty documentary that someone made that Amy doesn't even talk in whatsoever. I'm literally just owning it because it's Evanescence memorabilia, not because it's good. I've definitely watched it. Amy Lee's dad is kind of a douchebag in this. Actually, like, a lot of the people here are really passive aggressive towards Amy, which I think is weird. But I do hope that one day, like, there's like a legitimate documentary that she can actually talk in. The whole thing's kind of weird, but I do like the imagery. There's some really, really nice photos. This is like super old Evanescence though. This is like 2003 Fallen era. I'm pretty sure Ben was still a part of the band. Actually, no, I think they did break, he did leave, and that's why they're all being passive-aggressive towards Amy, because a lot of them are siding with Ben for some fucking reason. Kind of fucked up. Like, this distinct thing that I remember is that this one lady thinks that Amy will never make it. Like, she just flat out says that. She thinks, like, Ben is the one who's gonna make it, so yikes. So that's the final Evanescence CD. On to the second row. This whole time I'm just trying to find the lighting. We're on the cat tree. So we're on to F, Falling in Reverse. I know, very, very corny. I'm actually not a huge Falling in Reverse fan. I do like Ronnie Radke. I know, unpopular opinion, everyone fucking hates him, but I do think he's really funny. He's a little bit cringy. He's really, you know, he's a bit dumb, but I kind of like that about him. And this album is actually really, really good. It's really solid. Definitely one of the best albums that he ever did. It's just like, come on, the style. They ate that shit up. I do like the aesthetic of the booklet. I think they did put some effort into it. Does it look very Hot Topic core? Yes, but at the same time, I think that's kind of their gimmick. They're not really taking themselves all too seriously. Oh my god, these CDs are so fragile. I would definitely give this like aesthetic an A+. It's just really, really good. The songs are really good. Yeah. What does, like, do I have a personal connection to Falling in Reverse? Not really. It's my wife's favorite, like, emo band, which really surprised me, because, like, of all, like, I don't know, I was just really surprised, because Ronnie's so, like, out there, you know what I mean? But, yeah, this is a really, really good CD. It's the only Falling in Reverse CD I own. I do like his new music. I know, like, it's kind of bad. Like, I think he somehow got more cringe with time, but unfortunately, I do like some of his new songs. So maybe in the future I'll buy one of his more recent things. But don't tell my wife; she hates it. I got my Sailor Moon mug. I got my blueberry lavender tea. It's always important to stay hydrated, y'all. So we're on to the next level, I guess you could say. Flyleaf. I think I pretty much have every like mainline Flyleaf album. I'm a huge Flyleaf fan. I actually recently saw Lacey a month ago. Yeah, I saw her a month ago. No, actually I saw her at the beginning of this month. Literally like one of the best performances I've seen in my life. Like, I've seen Flyleaf before, and you know, like, I mentioned in my concert video that it was a bit like controversial because she didn't really seem to be all there, but like she was so locked in for her solo work. I like completely changed my mind. One of the best performances ever. Super, super cool. But anyway, this is one of their EPs. This one is admittingly not my favorite, just song-wise, but I love the aesthetic. It's so, like, consistent. This looks like wood carved, really, really cool. Lacey is, like, such a creative person. Like, she really gives it her all, and you can always really tell. So I'm gonna give this CD aesthetic an S, because it's just really, really cool. It's really consistent. It's in theme. And I mean, like, for an EP like this, it's kind of uncommon for them to go so hard on it. So I have mad respect. The Ben Moody mixes, though, are really fucking bad. Like, Ben Moody, let's stop. He's terrible. Like, he's so lost without Evanescence. Like, embarrassing for him, for real, for real. But my connection with Flyleaf, they're one of, like, my favorite bands since childhood. I'm not really super religious or anything, but the way, like, Lacey expresses her beliefs and love is so genuine, so passionate, so respectful that, like, I just can't help but be drawn to her energy. Sorry, my cat's trying to drink my tea. Yeah, so ever since middle school, like, Flyleaf, Seether, and Evanescence were my top 3. Those were, like, the only 3 bands I would ever listen to. So me and Flyleaf go way back. And oh my god, Pepper is here once again. Hopefully he doesn't try to drink my tea. But, okay. So then the next Flyleaf album, everyone knows this one, super iconic. It's in all the werewolf memes because I'm so sick. I actually got the deluxe version. If there's a deluxe version, I'm always going to try to get it. Very iconic CD. It does that thing I don't like, though. But, like, it's so cheaply made. It's not Flyleaf's fault, just how the fucking deluxe CDs are. Oh my god, I just now realized, too, it comes with, like, a giant poster. That's a sick poster, actually. I don't know how I forgot about that. I love when CDs come with posters. With all my old CDs, because I used to own this CD as a kid, but, you know, I've lost most of my collection until recently. I would always, like, fucking hang the posters. But then, like, the downside of that is that your CDs end up looking like this, because, you know, the booklet gets taken out. But, it's so cool. I'm, like, so tempted to do it again. This one is gonna get an S just because it's so iconic. Such a good debut album from Flyleaf. Not my favorite, though. Personally, I prefer, like, her demos of a lot of these songs versus the finished product, because I just think she... Did y'all hear that, bruh? It's like a gunshot or something. Anyways, I've literally just lost my train of thought because of that. But whatever. So this is my favorite album, Memento Mori. I think this one is just, like, the best aesthetic-wise, the best songs. I also have the deluxe version because, you know, I'm obnoxious. This one's super cute because they're still giving out, like, these, like, visit us on our website. It's so fucking funny. Love the CD. Like, that's some... Maybe I shouldn't say witchy, but it's kind of giving witchy, okay? Like, I don't know if she'd like that analogy, but that's what it's giving. Very cute little snake. The booklet itself is a bit simpler than other ones, but you know what? It's still in theme, still super, super cool. I really don't understand how she was able to, like, it looks like a mix of, like, just makeup and... I mean, I guess that's just it. It's just people wearing a lot of makeup, but it looks like kind of surreal. I really like it. This is my favorite album. It means a lot to me. Some of the songs are definitely going to be playing during the wedding because, I don't know. It's just a big part of who I am as a person. I mean, you've already seen, I've covered some of these songs, like Break Your Knees. I can't cover a lot of Flyleaf songs. I don't know how to scream, so I'm very limited to songs where she doesn't scream, unfortunately. But this is one of those albums where I like pretty much every single song. Again, that's really, really rare. So Now we're going on to the last Flyleaf CD. Okay, I know there's one after this, but it's without Lacey. And I'm sorry, but once you kind of get rid of your lead singer, it's not the same band. Like, y'all, I mean, the only exception is literally like Dance Gavin Dance. But even I stopped listening to them because they got rid of Tillian. So this one, I admit, I listened to the least out of the Lacey Flyleaf era stuff. Not because it's bad, I don't know. I'm just not as interested in a lot of these songs. Oh my god, and it's another poster. What the hell? This one is also super cool. It's more long. I do think the first one's a little bit better. But you know what? It's super artsy. And I really, really like that. I'm gonna give this one A minus, just because, you know, it's not everything that I love. But there are some very iconic songs in this one, like Fire Fire gets stuck in my head all the time. Great Love is also going to be at my wedding. So, I just invite the song fucking Great Love. Oh, by the way, okay, so I got the weirdest fucking comment on my last video. Like, they had like a fetish that I'm swearing and stuff. That's weird. Like, please don't comment stuff like that. If you're like, I don't care what you think, you can just keep that to yourself, please, because that's super creepy. Like, it had nothing to do with the video. Like, I'm just sitting here passionately talking about my CDs, showing off my CDs, and then you want me to swear for you in ASMR? What the hell is wrong with you, bro? That's weird. That's weird. Like, no. Okay, so that's enough Flyleaf. I'm not gonna buy the one without Lacey. I'm not. Like, no flack to the singer. I know she got a lot of hate, and I don't think that's okay. But it's just not Flyleaf. The songs are so different. It's very boring to me. Like, to me, it just seems so generic. So I'm not really interested in purchasing that. To me, Flyleaf isn't Flyleaf without Lacey, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree because that new singer has not been back since. And it's really unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes most of the time, especially because Lacey has a very specific voice. Like, you're not gonna find anyone that sings like Lacey Stern or has her energy. Like, you're just not. She's one of a kind. I know, like, everyone's one of a kind technically in singing, but Lacey just sticks out. I don't know how to describe it, okay? Like, this is my opinion. So we're on to the next one. So this is a Glenn Miller CD. This one actually isn't mine. This is my wife's. She loves old music like this. We got it for literally $4.95 at an antique store. Note to self though, or note to everyone who likes collecting CDs, antique stores and thrift stores are a really good place to look, because if you go to those places that are specifically CD stores or record stores, they're gonna overcharge you. Like, I'm sorry, but CDs are not worth 20 bucks and up nowadays. Like, they just aren't. Unless it's like super rare or like a deluxe thing that comes with a fucking DVD or something. But yeah, I got scammed at one of these record stores. I'll talk about that when I get to that. But you can get CDs for $5 to $10. That should be the average, okay? So this one's super, you know, simple. Very simple, very classic. I don't really have an opinion on Glenn Miller's music. I'm just not really into it. But you can tell that they put like a lot of thought in. So, and these are some like very cool pictures. So I guess I don't really have an opinion because, you know, I don't really listen to it. It's not my CD. But I would give it like a B+. Very cool. And there's a lot of songs. There's literally 20 on disc 1 and 25 on disc 2. So $5 for almost 50 songs. That's a pretty good deal. Let's go on. So the next CD that I have, we're on the H now. So I have Hailstorm. I've actually never listened to this full CD all the way through. I mostly just got it because I like to support girl singers and rock. I'm just a little bit, I'm for the girls, you know. And I literally only know one song off of this CD, aka Dirty Work. I wish I could have gotten the CD where it's like I Miss the Misery, because I like that one a little bit more. But super cool. I'm not a huge Hailstorm fan, I'll admit. Her voice is a little bit too raspy for me, but I do admire it. Like, she's really, really talented. She's super cool, and I love when she collabs with Amy Lee, especially. They seem to be pretty good friends. So, this aesthetic is kind of reminding me of, dude, I'm so distracted by this guy's hair. That is like silky smooth. That's like nicer than my hair. Sorry, that like really distracted me. Anyway, wait, what was I just talking about? Anyways, I'm gonna give this a B, just because I think, like, this cover kind of looks AI generated. I know, like, that wasn't even a thing back then, but it's just giving AI, it's giving creepy, it's giving uncanny, and maybe that's the vibe that they're going for, but I don't really like that. And I'm not really, like, into her music that much as a whole, but I definitely will give this CD a try. I also got this at the antique store for $5. So I mean, it was totally like a steal. So but it's also like, so the one bad thing about getting stuff from antique stores is that sometimes they'll be weirdly sticky or a little bit crunchy, so just keep that in mind. They're not all in like perfect condition, and I learned that the hard way because now my hands are sticky and I need to wash them. So on to the next one. Okay, so now we're on to Hail the Sun. I'm actually in the process of collecting every Hail the Sun CD. Some are just really hard to find. Like, I've been trying to get Wake for a really, really long time, but they're just like, it's not even for sale for some reason. And that really surprises me because it's such like, it's one of their most popular albums, so I'm not really understanding. And I know they have a vinyl, but I'm just not really into vinyl as much as I am CDs. I find vinyls to be way too inconvenient. I know they're really popular. So aesthetic wise, I think this is my least favorite Hail the Sun album. And song wise too. I wouldn't say the songs are bad by any means, but they definitely have better ones. The aesthetic's kind of cute, you know. Not my favorite though. Not a lot of pictures, not a lot of visuals. It literally means the same thing. But you know, it passes. I'm gonna give it a B-, just because I feel like it could be a little bit more interesting. And also, like, I'm not a really big fan of blue. Like, that's why I prefer like the Open Door to Fallen. Yeah, like just aesthetic wise. Because blue is just not really my thing. Like, you can see I'm wearing red. I like red. Red and any other color is better than blue. Sorry. So my personal connection to Hail the Sun is that I got into them pretty recently. Like, I would say like a few years ago. I just kind of like happened to hear them by chance, like on my YouTube Music, and I fell in love. Like, he's super, super cool. I actually saw them in June, I believe, or May or June, and that was so cool. Like, seeing Donovan up close, and he was like playing the drums and singing. Like, I've seen him do it like on videos before, but it's a way different experience when you're there in front of him and he's doing it. Like, it's out of this world. And I actually ended up getting a copy of the set list, and I'm such a fan of Hail the Sun that I have a tattoo of their little symbol. So I don't play around. Oh, and I have an Evanescence one too. This Evanescence one was my first ever tattoo, so you can kind of see it's like faded. But if I really, really like you, you might get a tattoo somewhere on my body. So this is the second Hail the Sun album I have. I like this one a lot better. Oh, it's literally the symbol. Wait, oh, they have it here too. I'm stupid. This one's a really, really good album. This is the first album I actually listened to, I think. This one and Wake. The booklet, again, leaves things to be desired, but it does have like cute little artwork. I'm a sucker for little artwork like that. So I'm gonna give this one an A. This one has really, 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 really good songs, and I like the aesthetic. I think my favorite songs, I think I like all of them, really. Yeah, this is one of those albums that I really, really like all of them. Very solid. But it's time for the best Hail the Sun album. This one, Divine Intertention. This is literally like BPD, the album. I don't know if he has BPD, but I would not be surprised if he did. I love this CD. It looks like a moon. It also kind of looks like a tortilla. My hungry ass. Bro, but they really need to try harder with these booklets. This booklet is probably like the worst one. What the hell? But I don't give a fuck. I'm giving this an S. Just because I love this cover. I love the back. I love the CD. I know the booklet kind of sucks, but oh well. This is my video. I'm allowed to be biased. I'm allowed to make shit up as I go along. And I hope you don't have any problems with that, because I don't really care. But yes, I need to get Culture Scars. I need to get some of their EPs. I need to get Wake. They're just very inaccessible. I know Culture Scars I could get on their official website at least, because Amazon's trying to charge like $40 when you can get it for 10 on the Hail the Sun page. CD collectors out there, don't check Amazon first. Always check if the band has an official like merch store, which like 99% of them do. Chances are it'll be cheaper on there than on Amazon, because Amazon is kind of a scam sometimes. Sometimes it's a good deal, but it really, really depends. I mean, I remember there's like a Sleeping of Sirens album that they tried to sell on Amazon for like $200, and it's like, guys, it's Sleeping of Sirens. Let's be so for real right now. Okay, we're taking a little bit of a break so that I can show my outfit. So this is my dress. Red ribbons, you know, the works. I also have Team Edward socks. Let me try to show y'all without flashing everyone. So these are my Team Edward socks, because I am Team Edward. I'm a huge Twilight fan, and if anyone has a problem with that, you're gonna have to call corporate, because I don't give a fuck. Anyways, let's move on to Whole. This is the best Whole CD, hands down. I think everyone agrees, because it's just awesome. So this is actually the CD that I got scammed, because they made me pay $20 for it. Let's be so fucking for real. This album is old as fuck, and it should not have been that expensive, and that's why I caution going to stores that specialize in CDs, because they will rip you off. They just will. But I really like the CD, so I don't really care. I bought it anyways. You know, she's very girly pop. I love Courtney Love. I don't think she deserves all the hate that she gets. She's my problematic queen, problematic rock star queen. I don't know, it just makes me sad thinking about everything with her. Anyways, I love this CD. This is like one of my favorite CD aesthetics. It's so girly pop, like, I don't know. I really, really like it. Whole is one of those things I can't listen to her super often, just because her raspy voice does get a little bit grating after a while. But some songs are just really, really good. Like, I love Doll Parts. I love Violet. I love Gutless. One of my favorite songs that isn't on here is Happy Ending Story. I listen to that quite often. And Petals, I really like that song too. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give this an S. Whole is really, really awesome as a standalone band. It's kind of annoying how she always gets compared to Kurt. I mean, yes, they're both awesome, legendary artists, but you know, she stands on her own. She really does, and I wish more people respected that. But it's really hard to be a girl and have people respect you in the industry, especially as someone as loud and unabashedly herself as Courtney Love. She's made a lot of mistakes. She's not perfect. She's said some things that I don't agree with, but you know, she's never afraid to be herself. So I'm not gonna say she's a bad person because of that. S album. So the next couple albums I have are Lacey Sturm's solo stuff. A lot of people aren't really familiar with her solo stuff, which sucks because it's literally just like Flyleaf 2. Like, it's so good. Like, it sounds very, very similar. But in my opinion, I've been kind of liking her solo stuff better than like the stuff that she did on Flyleaf, which is pretty weird because I grew up with Flyleaf, so you would think that I would prefer Flyleaf. But so Life Screams, I'm not a huge fan of the presentation of the CD. I'm gonna give it a C just because there is no booklet. It's really just like in a paper little thing. The CD itself looks cool, but definitely not as interesting as what she has on Flyleaf, like aesthetic wise. And also the songs are a little bit weaker on this solo album versus her second one. So aesthetic wise, C. Song wise, they're pretty good, but she has better. So this is the second one. This is what I actually saw her performing live, and this one is like way better presentation wise. Like, it's actually pretty beautiful. It's one of my favorites. I love the colors. This is once again a deluxe version because I'm just extra like that. This one also doesn't have a booklet, but the presentation really blew me away, honestly. It just, you can't really tell from the video, but it like CDs like shine. Like, they're really like metallic, sparkly, and I really, really like that. Yeah, these songs are fucking amazing. And this one's cool too because disc 2 comes with a lot of demos, and I really, really like demos. I think they're really interesting to see like how they changed into the final product. I definitely recommend anyone who loves Flyleaf to just try this album. Maybe not Life Screams, but try this one because it's really, really good. I'm gonna give this one an S. She really, really blew me away. She's a beautiful person, for real. I'm already getting winded. Like, I have so many fucking CDs. I'm like, I don't know when I'm ever gonna make the completed version. Anyways, I have this Pink CD. I don't know if y'all remember legendary pop icon Pink. Always shocked that she wasn't a lesbian, but this one isn't as well known as some of her iconic hits, and I found it to be a lot of fun. I really love the roses on the CD. I love the aesthetic of the booklet. I mean, it's so like rocker chick, punk rocker chick. Like, she does not give a fuck, you know. Really love the presentation. I do think her music evolved and got better as she kept going, but this is a pretty good CD. It has some really, really good bangers, such as, hold on, You Plus Your Hand, Stupid Girls. I love that song. That's so goated. She's also just so like relatable. Like, Leave Me Alone, I'm Lonely. She ate with that. So this is honestly gonna get an A+. I really, really am glad that I found this album. Also at an antique store. I kind of be looking antique, like, girl. I forgot to mention, so my personal connection with Pink is that, you know, I grew up with her. She was always on the radio, kind of hard to avoid. I distinctly remember hearing So What like every freaking day in the car. So yeah, kind of impossible not to know who Pink is and be affiliated with her. I mean, she's just an icon. Dude, I need to skip this. It's like, it's distracting me. I have like my RPG horror playlist in the background, and some of the songs are less ambient and more distracting than others, so I apologize for that. I just don't really like sitting in total silence. So now we're on to Pierce the Veil, Selfish Machines. I love Pierce the Veil. I just do. Especially older Pierce the Veil. You know, you guys already know I'm not a huge fan of their newest release, but Selfish Machines is just a banger. Like, every single song is amazing. Every girl with romance in their heart, you know, it sparkles when they listen to Pierce the Veil, and that's perfectly okay. I am a huge fan of the aesthetics. Vic Fuentes is usually pretty extra with it, so I really respect that. I don't know who these two children are, but you know, they're goated with the sauce. Ew, why did I say that? Anyways, I'm gonna have to give it an S just because Selfish Machines is just that good. Like, literally one of the best emo-esque albums of all time. And I really like the aesthetic too. My connection with Pierce the Veil is that I got into them freshman year of high school. She's not really my friend anymore, but at that time, like, she pulled me out into the hallway and she let me use like her Skull Candy headphones, you know, the wired ones. She's like, you have to listen to this. And then she shows me Sleeping with Sirens, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, she sings pretty good, because, you know, I never heard a boy that sings that high before, so I was very, very taken aback. And then from Sleeping with Sirens, I jumped into Pierce the Veil, and I was like totally like in this whole new world, because before that, my entire world was essentially Evanescence, Flyleaf, and Seether. So branching out into Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens like was a new chapter in my musical life, which sounds corny, I guess, but I don't really care. Flair for the Dramatic. This is my favorite Pierce the Veil album of all time. Like, I know, yes, he sounds very nasally in it. Yes, he doesn't sing very good in it. I don't really care, because he sounds like really, really good to me. This one's an SS, like one of my favorite albums of all time across the board. Like, so good. And Vic was so cute. Back when he didn't wear a snapback every 3 seconds of his life. Like, I haven't seen him without a hat in like years. I don't know what's happening. The aesthetic is so theatrical, so cool. I mean, it's literally like a bride. Edgy, bro, edgy. Love it. Little curtains. SS. Fucking amazing. And he sounds so raw, dude. He sounds so raw. Collide with the Sky. This is a lot of people's favorite album. It is actually not mine. Like, I would rank this maybe 4th. I know, kind of crazy. My distinct memory with this album is that I was playing King for the Day and my mom told me to turn that shit off. Very iconic. Oh my god. That's funny. I don't really like the inside, actually. May they rest in peace. This is kind of giving Isles and Glaciers. Recycled ideas, huh? Recycled ideas, Vic. Just kidding, just kidding. Cloud of the Sky's okay. I'm gonna give it an A+, because I do like the songs. There isn't really anything that I find wrong with this album. There's just songs that I don't really care for. I think they're overrated. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge King for the Day fan. And also, I'm not a huge fan of Hold On Till May. I like his acoustic version of the song, but I don't really like the official version with like Lindsay, just because I feel like it's really out of place and their voices don't mesh that well together. But the acoustic version is really, really cool. My favorite song though is I'm Low on Gas and You Need a Jacket. That song is so beautiful. It's really beautiful. So now we have Misadventures. I think this one's my second favorite. This one's super good. I remember when this came out, I was in junior year. Love the aesthetic. The white and red is just so good. Their sound is a lot more polished in this album. It's a lot, like, his vocals improved exponentially. And I think the aesthetic of this one's really good, so I'm gonna give it an S. It's kind of giving Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, I mean that in the kind of mean that in the best way. But this one was really, really cool, and I was devastated that after this album they took like a really, really long wait, hiatus or whatever, and you know what they ended up producing afterward was pretty disappointing. So yes, I do own their newest album, and after some time letting it kind of marinate, I do have a higher opinion of it, but there are just still some songs that I have to skip because they're just bad. Like Shared Trauma is just bad, unfortunately, and Resilience I don't really like either, and that's a shame. But there are songs that I came to appreciate more. Like now I do like the Jaws of Life. I don't know what shifted in me. I guess I just let it marinate long enough and I like it now. My opinions are higher than they were before, but I do still believe that this is the weakest Pierce the Veil album, and I do hope we get more good stuff as he continues on, because I do like their new song Kiss Me More, or Kiss Me Now. Dude, kiss me. Can you kiss me more? Dude, stop. But their new song was actually really, really good, so I'm having, you know, decent expectations, but I'm not raising them as high anymore because this album was kind of disappointing in a lot of ways. I would say the Jaws of Life album, like presenting itself wise, it's a nice aesthetic. I'm gonna give it an A+. And the songs, I mean, a lot of them grew on me, but still my least favorite. So this is going to be the last part of part 2, because I'm just getting a little bit burnt out again. This is probably going to be like a 4-part series at this point, and I'm really sorry. I never imagined it was going to take this long. But so now we're on to Michael Jackson. I have the Bad 25th anniversary version. It's a little bit broken, but this is what it looks like. This one comes with a lot of like unreleased songs that I think are super, super cool. I love Michael Jackson. Like, don't even get me started on Michael Jackson because I will defend him till I die. He was just such a misunderstood individual, and he was honestly like too good for the world. That's truly how I feel. Such a beautiful CD. Like, so, I mean, Michael Jackson always puts so much effort, love, and care into everything. And luckily, like, the people who put this out after his death gave that same respect. Literally, like, such a gorgeous CD. Bad and Dangerous and History are my favorite CDs. I got the deluxe version just because there are some unreleased songs that I really, really love. Streetwalker is primarily my favorite. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about Michael because, you know, people are just insensitive. But what I will say is that I know he was innocent of everything, and all the hate and abuse that he went through was just evil. Like, it was just disgusting to even, like, read about and hear about. Like, and he couldn't really defend himself because he wasn't the type to have hate in his heart, and that really upsets me. But anyways, Bad is definitely gonna be an SS. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, including the unreleased stuff. It's super, super, super good. I love his aesthetic here. He looks like it's so edgy. I love the little like buckles and like rocker vibe that he was going for. He looks amazing in this album, and his songs are amazing too. I also own History. This one's really funny. It's like thicker than a Snicker, bruh. It's a little bit hard to open. It's like really thick. This one's super, super cool because you could listen to like basically his greatest hits and then like a whole new album on top of that. So that's why I think History is worth buying, just because if you like his older stuff, there's a CD for that. If you want the History specific stuff, there's a CD for that. And the History related stuff is super, super good. I'm more into modern Michael Jackson versus like the old stuff. So I like Bad, History, Dangerous, and Invincible a lot. And this booklet is thick.
Like, this is like literally like a mini novel. So cool. I'm also gonna give this an SS. This song is super distracting. My bad. But my connection with Michael Jackson is that my mother actually was super into him. So she had like a lot of his CDs. We had like the Dangerous DVD thing, and I would watch that time and time again. I was literally like mesmerized by Michael, as many people were. He is like a once in a millennia type of person. He was truly so gifted, so special, so talented, and so kind. And I guess that's what really makes me sad. He was so sad. He was. Anyways, yeah. So Michael is a big part of my life. I remember the day he died. It was like on TV. His funeral was like essentially broadcasted. So many people, like my family, was devastated. And it really changed everything when he died. I love Michael. So these are only 2 CDs I have from him. I did used to own Dangerous, but again, got lost, so I need to re-find that one. And I also used to own Invincible. And those are 2 bangers that I need for my collection. Yeah, so that's basically it for now. Next time we'll go into my other row of CDs one day. I'm probably gonna take a bit of a break before I make any more videos like this because I'm gonna be really busy. My wedding is literally in August and a bunch of my friends are coming down, so I won't really have as much time to just sit and make a video like this. But to the people who care and the people that find this stuff entertaining, my ramblings entertaining, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.